The second installment of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, begins exactly where we anticipated it to, with no explanation of Titania's, Jamila Jamil, issue. The only information the episode gives us about the mystery antagonist is a quick remark on a local news program. The only information provided about Titania is that she is a super-powered influencer and that she is currently being held. Hopefully, we'll learn more about that in the future, or Jamil may have exaggerated just how important she is to the show. In episode 2, Tatiana Maslany's character Jennifer Walters, who works in the superhuman law branch at GLK&H, accepts a job there. Her initial case? Emil Blonsky's, Tim Roth, parole hearing, also known as Abomination. Bruce Banner, the person who allegedly attempted to assassinate her cousin. More fourth wall breaks, shaky CGI, and jokes that, depending on how much alcohol you consumed beforehand, may or may not land are present. While there isn't much to take in from episode 2, we believe it to be a setup episode for the next. There is undoubtedly a hint here that foreshadows a significant MCU endeavor. The hitch to Jen's job offer at GLK&H is that it would be eliminated if she declines to represent Emil. She travels to meet him in prison to assess the situation despite her staunch refusal to accept it due to the whole being loyal to your family thing. Emil is acting very zen these days, greeting Jen with Namaste and revealing that he has started writing haiku. The ex-soldier adds that if given parole, he intends to live on a farm with 7 girlfriends he met through the pen pal system. After Emil says he was loaded up with super soldier serum and was unable to control the abomination as a result, Jen seems fascinated. She chooses to accept the case, but she needs Bruce's permission. Jen phones her cousin, who informs her that he and Blonsky have reconciled in the past. For Bruce, he composed a haiku, but that is history now. The audience is expected to believe that Hulk and Abomination have let the past go because of a haiku after it is quickly skimmed over. As Bruce remarks, that fight was so many years ago, I'm an entirely different guy now, literally, we of course had to give a nod to Edward Norton's Hulk. We appear to be able to trust the new Blonsky, who demonstrates how an abomination may be trained to obey commands in Shanghai and the Legend of the Ten Rings. After accepting the case, Abomination escapes from his confinement, as Jen learns through a news report at the end of episode 2. This is the worst-case situation for Jen, but the audience is aware that it won't be a big deal because Abomination is probably off to compete in the Shanghai cage match we've already watched, or possibly another one with Wong, played by Benedict Wong. After granting Jen his approval, which she really didn't need, Smart Hulk claims he has other matters to attend to. When the camera pans out, we can see that he is on the same Sicarian ship that caused Jen to swerve her automobile and crash in episode 1. Is this ship departing for a planet that hasn't yet appeared in the MCU? Hulk returning to Sakaar is almost probable, and the chances against it are quite slim. Hulk has not been confirmed to participate in another MCU film as of now, and no Hulk movie has been announced. However, many believe that the Hulk returning to Sakaar signals the release of a World War Hulk film. In the comics, after being exiled by the Illuminati, Hulk is transported off-Earth along with his expectant wife. Hulk is saddened when his wife perishes in the ship's collision with Sakaar. The radiation on the planet, however, just serves to fortify him, and he returns to Earth in search of retribution. Given that the Hulk has already visited Sakaar in the MCU and not due to exile, the writing would need to be clever. However, the Sicarian ship's search for Hulk brings us full circle, since at that time, they would have no interest in Jennifer. Perhaps there was no danger or cause for alarm. Perhaps the revelation that Bruce has a son is going to be dropped on him. Scar is his name. Bruce is unaware that the Hulk may have given birth while on Sakaar because he was so distanced from the Green Guy's morality. We'll have to wait for Kevin Feige to officially announce a World War Hulk movie before drawing any conclusions from the Hulk setting off on the Sicarian ship.